Amasagenalo, meaning thank you in Amharic, and Jeleje, meaning thank you in Gambian. Save Life Gambia.
Save Life Gambia.
Save Life Gambia. And what it is, it's about promoting and making people aware of the road accidents that happen in Africa, and this is specifically in Gambia.
That's a major problem in a lot of, not just African countries, Caribbean countries as well. The roads and the infrastructure and the conditions, poor governance, some would say.
But what prompted me is because I have a friend, a good sister, and when we were living in Ethiopia, a little girl, 5, Safrash, she got knocked down and killed on the road.
Oh, wow.
You know, so for me that was part of saying, well, I want to do something. So Gambia was the start really, and I've sort of informed her and I said, you know, it'd be good if you could do something to honour Safrash in Ethiopia still, you know. So with that now, I've set up a GoFundMe page. It's on GoFundMe Save Life Gambia.
GoFundMe Save Life Gambia. Alright.
And all the proceeds from that is going to go back into Gambia next month. And what that money is to do is to buy a couple of lollipop sticks and to get some paint to put markings on the road, to print some material to give out to the road users and the members of the public. But also it costs £36 a month to employ one person as a lollipop person.
£36 a month. You hear that? £9 a week. Of quick mathematics, £9 a year, £9 a week.
To give somebody a job, you know, from 7:30 to 8:30 in the morning, and then 3:30 to 4:30 in the afternoon. You know what I mean, for the whole month.
So you're just talking 2 hours a day, literally,
and that will give that person the authority to assist children to and from school. Because at the moment it's the teachers that are coming out after school and taking the children, making sure the children get safely across the road. So it's also about giving an opportunity to somebody to have a job as well. You know, so there's a lot of things that's involved in. There's a lot of things that's involved in having a business. I don't think it's just about.
That's right.
I don't think it's just about making money. I think it's about giving back as well. It's really important to give back, and we can do it in so many different ways. And my way is to give back to Africa because that is where I'm from.
I love the way, Tibebi, how, sister, you've gone to Africa in your travels and you've not just looked at it from a tourist perspective or only just a work perspective. You also looked at it and thought, well, what can I contribute in relation to making this a little bit better? And people sit down and hear this and not even think that just a simple thing like a lollipop person, man or woman, a zebra crossing, getting the paint and stuff like that. So we here at gotkushTV definitely commend you in terms of doing that. In terms of the African countries, you said Ethiopia, Ghana and Gambia. It sounds like you have a great affinity with Ethiopia and Gambia, so we're going to ask you, what's your favourites and where you're looking and settling down? You are looking and settling down in Africa, right?
Yeah, definitely.
What's your favourite?
Ethiopia is a place that when it captures your heart, that's it.
That's it.
You're in love. That's it. Yeah, it just captures your heart, and that's what it has done for me. Because I went there over 25 years ago for the first time, and then I went back 17 years later, and I've been going back ever since. But that's captured my heart. But practically, I've got to think about where I can live practically, how I can maintain myself practically, how my business can grow if it's going to be viable. And I've been to Ethiopia and looked at the situations in Ethiopia, and practically it's very hard to acquire land because Ethiopia is an independent country. It's never been colonised, so they really hold on fast to what they have still, you know. So and which is nothing wrong with that still, do you know what I mean?
As long as it's staying in African hands.
And when I was there, I was living but renting. and that takes a lot of your money, and you haven't got that security.
Yeah.
So I had to look at things practically then. I'm getting of age now, and I want to be able to settle. I don't want to go back to Africa to work, because I don't think we should go to Africa to work. I think we should go to Africa to create, because they need work. So
say that again. I don't think we should go to Africa to work. You think we should go to Africa
to create?
Excellent.
Work,
and this is coming from a lady who's worked in Africa, goes back and forth regularly. Continue.
Yeah. I think it's important to go back and create work still, you know, so hence business, because my ultimate goal is to go, and even if I have to employ one girl to do my cutting for me, you know, or to measure for me, then I can give her a wage, you know, and employ her, and then it goes from there.
Black group economics.
Black group economics again, you know what I mean? So yeah, Ethiopia, you know, it'll always be there, and I think one day, put it this way, this is my motto. I've always been travelling in and out of Africa, but having to come back to England.
Yes.
My ultimate goal is to go to Africa, live there, and travel on the continent to a different country. So that means I might be living in Gambia and be able to just hop off into Gambia and go into Ethiopia.
That's my dream. Before I leave this planet, I would like to touch down in my bucket list. People say, "What's your bucket list?" And some people say, "Oh, I want to go to space." Or when I say, "No, my bucket list is I'd like to touch as many African countries before we out here." You know what I'm saying? So I feel you there when you say that. That's what I want
to do, because it hurts me to go to Africa and have to come back to England.
Especially with everything, I'm telling you, it's a sad time when you leave in Africa and the plane takes off, and then as soon as you see Heathrow, you're just like, because we know the stress that's coming with being here. And having said that, with the stress that's being here, you're very much, by the sound of it, looking to repatriate, which is very important at this present time. Was the ethos of the great Marcus Messiah Garvey.
Right.
Any business person listening at this present time, as somebody else has worked in Africa back and forth, why should we repatriate back to the motherland? Well, you've kind of said it in terms of creating industry and creating or giving back to the infrastructure.
Right.
But
not only that, first and foremost, for me, it's about honouring my ancestors. Because you see, for me, it's like my ancestors, our ancestors, went through blood, sweat and tears for me to be sitting here right now. Yeah? So, and they didn't do it for us to sit here and stay here.
Come on, sis.
You know?
Talk it.
So for me, it's about going home and honouring them and saying, ancestors, I've finished the work for you now. Do you know what I mean? You can rest, you know? And that's what it is for me still, to be able to give back in that way as well. And it's always been something that it's inborn in me, because when I was little, you know, people used to say to me, what do you want to be when you grow up? And I don't know why I said that. I want to go to Africa to teach the children. That was when I was little, and I didn't know anything about Africa.
And you know you wanted to be a teacher, right?
No. All I knew is that I wanted to have a big family. That's the only thing I knew, and to go back to Africa to teach the children. So it's important for us to recognise that we need to honour our ancestors in any way we can. And for me, it's going back home. And because I've had a taste of it, I've had a taste of Africa, I know what it's like to be there. And, you know, Africa is a place where you're going to have your same system things, what's going on. You're going to have to work to eat, you know what I mean, whatever. But the difference is that you can own your own house, have your own land, eat fresh food, have a better quality of life. And I know that many people will say that when you go to Africa or the Caribbean and you're amongst your own people, there's a confidence thing that comes in you, because we're here and we're suppressed. We can't be who we really want to be as much as we try to be, where there's a suppression on us still.
Well, we're in the next man's yard, to be honest, isn't it, sis?
Well, you're suppressed because it's like, this is not, I've never seen this as my home. This is not my home. I was born here and I've never seen it. And when I say that to people, they think we're crazy. You know what I'm saying? I'm a sojourner here. That's what I'm doing. I'm sojourning on my way back home. And that's how I see it. It's always been in me from when I was young. And that is my vision. And that is my end goal. I want to sit on my veranda, you know, and sit down and say I made it. And I also have a vision that I want to sit down and I'm going to teach, you know, but I'm not going to teach the conventional way. I want to have maybe 7 children under my little mango tree and just teach them basic skills, but African history.
Hello, this is Robin Walker. I'm the Black History Man. This is Kush Community and class is in session.
The presentation is called Where Should We Direct Research into Prehistoric Britain? We are interested in the role black people played in this prehistory. The first Britons were black.